Good morning, welcome to the Daily Tanya. Today is Thursday, Chav Zayin Adar Aleph, the 27th day of the first Adar. That date, Chav Zayin Adar, reminds us this was the day that our Rebbe in 1992, he had his stroke while praying for the Jewish people on the graveside, the Ohel of the previous Rebbe. And 2 years later, on that very same day, the Rebbe had a second stroke. And of course, this is a day that brings memories, painful memories. But in the same time, we know what the Rebbe is telling us, that there is the inner faith, the inner emunah that we have, that whatever the Rebbe told us is true, whatever the tzaddikim tell us is true, the emunah in the coming of Mashiach. So that we need to see very soon the light to come. And what we're doing now, the studying of the Torah, specifically studying the teachings of the Hasidus, the inner part of the Torah, disseminates light through the world, and that is how we'll bring more goodness and kindness, and that will lead for the coming of Mashiach. Let us hope it will be very, very soon. Let's begin with tzedakah. Gedola, tzedakah, shemekareves et geula. Charity brings Mashiach closer. And we continue in chapter 32 in the Tanya, the heart of the Tanya, talking about the need to have the unconditional love to each and every Jew. And yesterday we spoke about what the Talmud says, that there are certain exceptions to the rule. Some people, it says there's a mitzvah to hate them. And so we explained yesterday that we should not misunderstand what this statement is. You know, sometimes you hear people saying, you have so many YouTube videos that people are saying, talking about this group of people and that group of people, they're not good, they're not doing what Hashem wants, and we gotta hate them. And absolutely not. Alter Rebbe qualifies what this statement is. It is a very, very extreme and very, very rare situations. When the Torah says about a person that is a mitzvah to hate, we're talking about a person who is on your level in studying Torah and doing mitzvahs. Someone who knows everything and he studies and he appreciates God, appreciates the Torah and mitzvahs, and then nevertheless he falls and he does something wrong. And you go to him and you explain to him and you talk to him from words that come out of the heart and that enters the heart, and you do it again and again and again, and still doesn't help. You did everything possible. Then that is the extreme situation when the Torah says, a person like that, obviously, he knows everything right, and he knows everything, and he still goes, there is something there that is not good, something there rotten. So this is when, it's like when you have someone in your family that does something wrong, it bothers you so much, you can't see your brother, your sister doing something terrible. So this is the extreme situation. Under regular circumstances, when you're talking about people who don't do the right thing, there's only one mitzvah to do. That is to draw them with ropes of love. Give them so much love, as the Alter Rebbe quotes what Hillel says. Hillel the elder says, "Evei mitalmidav shel Aaron," you should be from the students of Aaron. Aaron was the brother of Moses. And it says, Oyev shalom v'roidev shalom. He loved peace and he sought peace. He pursued peace. Oyev esabriyos, and he loved the creatures. And he brings them back closer to Torah. The Torah tells us about Aaron, what he used to do. One of the things he used to do is to just greet everyone. Say hello, say good morning to everyone. When simple people saw Aaron, they walk by Aaron, and Aaron says, hello, good morning, how are you? those people would say to themselves today, I cannot commit something terrible. I cannot sin. Why not? If I sin something, Aaron is going to see me, he's going to say good morning to me. How am I going to face him? I can't. So they avoided sinning because of the closeness that Aaron did to him, that they were so good to them, so kind to them. And Alter Rebbe points out that when he says that Aaron used to love the creatures, why did he call them creatures? He used to love people. Why creatures? So he says creatures. We're talking about such people that they have no redeeming quality to them. The only good thing you can say about them is that they're creatures of God. Even people like that, Aaron made sure. Ohev et Abrius, he loved them. Let's see inside what the Alter Rebbe says. There we go. So who are we talking about that the Torah says one should hate? Is a person, as we said, a person who is close with him and is in his level and he did everything possible to get him back, and he still didn't do it. But as to one who is not his companion, is not his equal in the Torah and the mitzvahs. So that, as our sages say concerning the ignorant in general, even his deliberate transgressions are regarded as inadvertent acts, since he's unaware of the gravity of sin. We're talking about people who grew up not understanding the severity, the importance, the gravity of sin. And nor is he on intimate terms with him. Not only is one not enjoined to hate him, on the contrary, he must in fact strive to become closer to him. As the Alter Rebbe continues, in Elzeh Omar Hillel HaZaken, Hevei mitalmidov shel Amarim. Therefore, on the contrary, on this situation, Hillel the elder said, be one of the disciples of Aaron. Loving peace and pursuing peace, loving creatures and drawing them near to Torah, near to the Torah. You got to bring every single human being close to the Torah. Leima, and that is to say, this usage of the term creatures in reference to human beings, this means that even those who are far from God, from God's Torah and His service, for which reason they are classified simply as creatures, those people are simply classified as creatures, indicating that the fact that they are God's creations is their sole virtue. So even those one must attract with strong cords of love. Perhaps thereby one will be able, after all, to draw them close to the Torah and the service of God. You gotta try to bring them close to Hashem. And what if not? What if you tried the people that are far from Hashem, and you're showing them love and still didn't help? They still go on in their ways. Says the Alter Rebbe, you still did a mitzvah. The mitzvah of loving them. That itself is a mitzvah, no matter what the results are. Even if you do not see any results, you still have the mitzvah of loving your fellow. Says the Alter Rebbe, V'hein lo yifsid schar mitzvahs avas reim. And even if one fails in this, he has not fortified the merit of the mitzvah of neighborly love, which he has fulfilled by his efforts in this direction. So this is the amazing lesson we learn from this. Never give up on anyone, and to show love. And that's basically to anybody that we know. Anybody that we know or we don't know. And people, when you see people that they seem to go do the wrong things, our job is to draw them close with ropes of love. This explains also there's an interesting story in the Talmud about Rabbi Elazar, the son of Rabbi Shimon. He was once walking in the street and he sees a man, ugly looking. And he made a comment, "Oh, look how ugly this person is." And that sounds very not the right thing to say, but we'll soon explain what happened exactly. And so this man says to Rabbi Elazar, he says, "Why don't you go to the one who made me and complain and say to him, hey, you made an ugly vessel. How ugly is the vessel that you made? Turn to Hashem. I'm God's creature." And Rabbi Elazar felt bad for what he said, and he asked him forgiveness, and he didn't want to forgive him. And along they walked. They both came to the city. The people saw the rabbi coming in. They started welcoming him and giving him the honor. And this man says, "Why are you honoring this person?" Long story short, the people asked him to forgive Rabbi Elazar, and ultimately he forgave them. And the Rebbe explains what comment, how could he make such a comment? That's how you treat people. You see people and say how ugly you are. Is that how you see people and judge them on the face? Is it their fault? So the Rebbe explains that Rabbi Elazar saw not just physical ugliness. He saw in that person that person is really ugly inside. He was not a person with good qualities. And that was the comment that he made. You should work on yourself. You should improve your ways. But this person said, I am the way God created me. Although with all these challenges, I'm still a creature of God. God created me with these challenges. And Rabbi Elazar realized that he was right. And that's why he asked forgiveness. And this is what Rabbi Hillel the elder says here. We got to be from the disciples of Aaron to love the creatures. Even people who the only redeeming quality is that they're a creature of God. You still have to love them. And the more love you will show to them, ultimately you will see the result. When it comes, it says, things that comes out from the heart, enter the heart. So this is the end of today's shir. We'll see you at Hashem tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.